Hello, my name is Brian. I'm a family nurse practitioner, student with Saginaw Valley State University. I'm going to do an assessment on you here involving your cranial nerves. So first we're going to start with cranial nerve 1, which is olfactory, involving your nose. So I want you to plug one of your nostrils, breathe in, and then switch over to the other side, breathe in. Alright, both sides patent. Any issues breathing out of either of those? Okay,
No.
perfect. So once again, we're gonna have you plug one of your nostrils. I'm gonna hold something under, and you just tell me what I got here.
Smells like onion.
Onion powder.
Okay.
All right, I'll do the other side. Can you smell it there?
Yep.
All right, and then we're gonna do this one more time.
Cinnamon.
Yeah. All right, one more time.
Yep.
All right, so both nostrils are patent, sense is appropriate in both nostrils. So then we're going to move on to cranial nerve 2, which is the optic nerve. I'm going to have you hold this eye chart, or Rosenbaum chart, 14 inches from your face. Do you wear contacts?
Yes.
Do you have them in?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I want you to close one of your eyes and then read the smallest line.
ECTPNL.
Okay, so 20/20 on that eye. Do it with the opposite eye now.
ECTPNL.
All right, and then with both eyes.
ECTPNL.
Okay, here's 20/20 with both eyes. So your contacts must be working. Next, we're gonna assess visual fields.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stand here. You can look at me, or else I'll be right in front of the camera again. I'm gonna wiggle my arms, or wiggle my fingers. Excuse me. You tell me when you can see my fingers moving.
You can see him. Yep. Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, and now we're gonna test for nasal defect. So I want you to take one of your hands and put it over one of your eyes, and then I'm gonna come across, and you just tell me when you see my fingers moving.
No.
All right, and then let's do the other eye here.
Oh. Sorry. No.
Okay. All right, so that was good. No, I can't say good. That was normal. So now we're gonna move on to we're gonna continue with cranial nerve 2, the optic, but then we're gonna do ocular motor. So actually, we would assess the optic fundus, but you know, it's a little out of order, but that's all right. So I'm checking your pupils. Pupils are round and symmetrical. The borders are equally defined. They're about 4 plus. We're going to test for direct and consensual reaction to light. Shining this side. Okay. Pupil respond brisk and reactive. And the light the eye was shining, or the eye the light was shining. Once again, brisk and reactive. Now we're going to do consensual. Alright, the opposite eye constricted. Alright, the opposite eye constricted. Alright. So now we're going to use cranial nerves 3, which is once again ocular motor. 4, which is trochanter, and then 6, which is abducen. So I'm going to make an H with this pen light, and oh, excuse me, once again, a little out of order. We're still testing cranial nerves 2 and 3. What I want you to do is focus on this pen, and then focus on my shirt, like the tip of the pen, and then just focus on something behind it. Alright, pupils both symmetrically constricted and responded appropriately. Alright, so now going back to where we were, we're going to have you follow the tip of this pen light with your eyes without moving your head. Alright, eyes moved symmetrically, there was no lid lag, so I'm going to test for convergence. So I want you to follow this the tip of the pen as it goes to your nose. Alright, eyes moved in symmetrically and evenly. So then we're going to move on to optic nerve 5, which is trigeminal. So I'm going to put my hands on your temporal muscle, and I'm going to have you clench your jaw. Okay, and then on your masseter muscle. Both muscles felt strong, and both were symmetrical. And that was to test the motor function. Now we're going to test the sensory function. I'm going to take this piece of cotton here. I'm going to have you close your eyes. I'm going to touch you with it, and you just tell me if you feel like touching.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yes.
Alright, and then with that, we would test for corneal reaction by touching the cotton on your eye, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to move on to cranial nerve 7, which is facial. So what I want you to do is smile, frown, show me your teeth, raise your eyebrows, squeeze your eyes real tight. Okay, keep holding those. I'm going to try to open them with my hands. Okay. Strong and forceful, wasn't able to open, so that is the normal and healthy response to the test. Then we're going to move on to cranial nerve 8, which is auditory. I want you to put a hand over one of your ears. You hear that?
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll do it to the other side.
Yes.
Alright, then we're going to do cranial nerve 9 and 10, which is the glossopharyngeal and the vagal. So your your voice output is normal. I didn't hear any issues with that. So I'm going to have you stick your tongue out and say ah. Alright, your soft palate rose accordingly. Your uvula was midline and symmetrical, and then your pharynx closed inward medially appropriately as well. So we would also typically here test gag reflex, but we're not going to do that at this time. We're going to move on to cranial nerve 11, which is spinal accessory. So I'm going to put my hand on your shoulders and have you raise up your shoulders. Okay, I'm going to put my hands on the side of your face, or your cheeks, and then try to wiggle your head back and forth. Okay, strong and symmetrical on both the shoulder raise and the head movements, muscle strength was appropriate. And then the final cranial nerve, which is cranial nerve 12, is the hypoglossal. And to do that, I'm going to have you open your mouth, and your tongue musculature looks appropriate. There's no atrophy or anything. I have you stick out your tongue. All right, it came out to midline, and then yeah, musculature and tone look fine. If there was any sort of unsure or any sort of results that wasn't 100% sure about, I would put my hand on your cheek and have you take your tongue and stick it against the side of your cheek. There you go. And then on the other side. Alright, and that concludes the thing.